Make no attempt to reload your device. You are now entering the Hellhole.
Welcome back to the Hellhole. We're live, pal. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we're audible. We played Bosconian recently, and it got me in the mood for some arcade classics, but why not do that with a bit of a spin? What is going on? So if you don't know Pac-Man 256, it's real simple. It's classic Pac-Man, but the run is continuous. And the kill screen of old is chewing up the board behind us. We gotta stay ahead of that. We're gonna use power-ups. We'll do whatever we can to keep Pac-Man running. Different kinds of ghosts have different gimmicks. We got different power-ups. It's all happening. Uh-oh. It's been a while since I played this, so I don't really remember what everything does. Did I not get my free gift? I don't know. I'm just looking for some quick, fun thrills. Life's heavy, man. Sometimes you just gotta play a game. Uh-oh. No good, man. So I hope everyone's having a nice time out there. I've been having some mixed results. So I'm not really much of a Pac-Man expert, to be frank. I think that's a good indication. But I like what this does with it. This is one of those modern revamps that just feels intuitive, referential in all the right ways, but doing something new with it. That's what we want. Lasers. Some of these power-ups are references to different Pac-Man games that came out over the years. I don't know if the laser is, but it's a very good addition either way. Oh. Well, I was trying to keep a continuous streak going. I think there are bonuses. I forget exactly what. There are bonuses if you can keep a continuous nibble going on the dots. You can see the glitch coming up from the bottom of the screen. That is the kill screen that was, I think, board 256. That's what the name of the game refers to. Chances are, if you're watching this, you know that. If you don't, welcome aboard. Tell me what you think of Pac-Man 256. I'd be interested to know. It's got that simple pick up and play that's nice sometimes when you're not wanting to commit to a long session. Damn. Killed my streak. I like this one. You leave a trail of fire, which means you can pick up a few extra ghost kills even when you're not in the area. Uh-oh. No. Nope. Out of luck. So points get you power-ups. I think you can upgrade your abilities. I forget. Wow. forget the behaviors of every ghost. Pink will dash straight when you pass it. Light blue will... oh boy. I think light blue does a loop. I don't remember what orange's deal is. Should have waited. Thought I could sneak in. I enjoy how easy it is to immediately begin a new game. Just like that. Doesn't take too long. That's nice. Gotta get good. I certainly do not claim to be any kind of master at Pac-Man. We're just having fun here in the Hellhole. I was distracted. I don't know that there's a whole lot to say about this one. What you see is kind of what you get. And that's kind of what's nice about it. just the right level of complication. I feel like if you've thought about Pac-Man at some point, you've probably wondered what it would be like to have a continuous board. It's a very intuitive revamp. I've often wondered what it would be like to have a Monopoly board that was more like a city plan. It kind of scratches that itch. I am reminded that beneath the name of the power-up at the top center, there is a little bar that will tell me as it's running out, so I don't get caught thinking I have a power-up when I don't. But you do have to keep an eye on a lot of things. And as things speed up, it is easy to lose sight of just how long that power-up's going to last. And it gets all the more important managing when it's going to run out, pushing it to the absolute limit. Ooh. Cut that pretty close. Can't go wrong with the classic power pellet. Chomping on ghosts. What more do you want? You want to start a fire? You can start a fire. You want more? There is more. In that regard, it's a very fine game. I got this pretty cheap. You can probably get this pretty cheap from the digital store of your chosen console. Hey, we got something. I guess my streak went pretty well. I got a feeling this could be the high score of the session. Don't know that I'm going to do much better than this. We will try. Be nice to get 10,000. And like classic Pac-Man, sometimes you can go out one side of the screen, come out the other. Which is a good skill to have, assuming you're the good guy. I did see, as I was coming in, that the sequel to... so close to 10,000. I did see on the way in that the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse is going to have the Spot as a villain. If you know me, you know I like the superheroes and I like the Spot. Spot's a good choice. Still haven't seen the first one. I'm not all that excited about the sort of what I would call off-brand Spider-Man. But having the Spot in there is pretty compelling. It's pretty legit in my book. I might have to watch Into the Spider-Verse soon. That feels a little cheap. So I guess the sonar just repels, but I'm not really sure about that. Not sure I like the sonar power up. So you would have seen before when I was upgrading, you can choose, I guess, what power ups will show up. But I think obviously they throw in the classic power pellets. And I guess they also throw in the next thing you're going to unlock. So you get a little taste. So is this... Yeah, I guess it's repelling. Not sure about that one. I like the ones that just cause a lot of destruction. Take out a lot of ghosts. This one, turning them into fruit, gets you some more points, I guess. That's pretty good. Points are really what the whole game's about. You're not really playing for much more than that. Uh-oh. In some ways it's a good game to sort of just tune out and play. But if you want to get serious about it, you might have to pay a bit more attention. And right now I'm just looking for a little bit of a thrill, a little bit of fun. Feeling a little bit worn out. So it's nice to recharge with a little bit of fun. I'm sorry I can't be more excited right now, but I'm feeling the weight of the years. I did just have some bad news recently, so I guess that's weighing on my mind a little. I'm feeling a little bit deflated. But who could feel deflated when you're playing Pac-Man? For these sweet minutes and hours, we can have a pac-tastic time. I started to get in the mood for Pac-Man when I was playing Bosconian, which is, you know, a different kind of experience, but it's in the arcade milieu. If you want to see me playing Bosconian and find out a bit more about what that's got going for it, you can check that out in the archives. If it's not on Twitch, it's on YouTube. You can find the YouTube link, or you could search Hellhole Bosconian. That'll probably get you to it. From what I could see, there's not a whole lot of Bosconian going on Twitch or YouTube, so maybe we've done a small service in exposing the fans of the classics to something new, and maybe even people who haven't gone back into the annals of gaming history. I like Bosconian a lot. I mean, I like Pac-Man. No one's going to argue with Pac-Man, I don't think. It's a classic. I've never been all that good at it. Duh. I think I just killed myself needlessly. I've never been a great student of Pac-Man. I don't know the ins and outs, the ghosts, and all the safe spots and things like that, but it's the kind of game that we've all probably experienced in some fashion. You can still get your hands on Pac-Man pretty easily these days in some form. I think Pac-Man 256 is a pretty good way to get accustomed. You know, if you're not quite feeling the static nature of the single board, this is a great way just to sort of jazz it up a little, give you something a little bit more stimulating than the classic Pac-Man. have to admit that, it's been something that's challenged my appreciation at times. The static board, the single maze that doesn't really change a whole lot. I like the exponential nature of this one. I really enjoy some of the navigational qualities of it. I like finding a good racing line. I'm not necessarily great at it in this context. But, that was one of the things I enjoyed about Death Stranding. Death Stranding it came very intuitively, I'll say. And that might speak to some of my worst nature, but I enjoy Death Stranding a lot, and just the sort of, it's really not that hardcore when it comes to the organizational side of things, but I enjoyed sort of trying to find a good line, balancing speed, safety, and comfort, combining different orders and things like that. These skills apply in a lot of different ways in a lot of games. Pac-Man's got a bit of that. Pac-Man 256 has got a lot of that, because the more you can sort of plot ahead, the better you can do, and the longer you can stay alive. Not a lot of vision there. So what's this looking like? So we're going to get an electric one, which I could have sworn I already had. But I don't know. What is this? Radar. Kills ghosts. See, that's better. Emits a pulse that scares away ghosts. That's not real. That's not helping enough. I don't like that one. Traps I don't have much use for. Fire spreading in all directions sounds good. But for memory, I think, the regular fire was good enough. I like the laser. The laser's pretty good. Already maxed out. Let's see if we can have a good run this time. Well, needn't worry about my dot streak there, because I have started poorly. These arrows that affect your speed when you're going against or with them, I think they're from Pac-Man Arrangement, or one of those later revised versions of Pac-Man. There's been a lot of different takes on Pac-Man. It does feel like a concept that lends itself to being iterated upon. Kind of want to play Pac-Man is it arranged or arrangement? I think it's arrangement. I kind of want to play that, but I think the only way to do that would be to get one of the collections, which is, something I could consider. I think I saw Mike Matei was playing that recently. He's a bit of a Pac fiend. Enjoy his reverent style. Here we go. Check this out. Electricity. That's a pretty good one. Can't go wrong with a bit of force lightning. Shades of Raiden. I'm not going to say Shades of Black Adam, because I think that's trash. I like Black Adam in the classic style without lightning. That movie is looking disappointing, but most of the DC movies have been disappointing. Those guys are Snyder Cut freaks, and they cornered me. The last time I think DC had a winner at the box office was The Dark Knight. I can live with The Dark Knight Rises, but it is a bit of a mess. And it is inherently disappointing. I don't know that I want to incite any angry comic book fans, but hey, I'm as disgruntled a comic book fan as any. I'm just sort of peering over the screen at the stacks of comics that are always in the office. I'm usually doing something comic related, for better or worse. Haven't been able to do as much as I'd like. That's always true. I was hoping earlier that I could disappoint spectacularly in Capcom vs. SNK 2, but either the copy I just got is damaged or my PS2 is not doing so good. And I fear it could be the latter. But I'm enjoying what I'm seeing of Street Fighter 6. That's looking pretty legit. And I was excited to find a cheap copy of Capcom vs. SNK 2. I thought I was going to have some fun there. But it is not to be. Much like Pac-Man, I'm no fighting game superstar. I'm not going to compete in tournaments anytime soon, but I do love those games. I'm a bit of a fighting game tragic. At some point I will be sullying the channel with my mediocre fighting game play. Where I'm from, we call them beat 'em ups. I'm sure I've probably said this before, and I will say it again. Fighting games is a pretty broad description. And in your mind, beat 'em up might be as well. I would say fighting games addresses all games that involve fighting. Fighting as a core mechanic, as a key principle. And there are belt scrollers or scrolling beat 'em ups, and there are beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups, side to side fighting. What some now call fighting games. And for some reason, the scrolling ones became beat 'em ups. Which I can understand to a degree. I can understand calling them beat 'em ups because they involve a lot of beating up, but still, so does a fighting game. What do we got? Does anybody care about this kind of stuff? I don't know. What have I got? Still been on X-Men a lot. I've been checking out some now classic Wolverine 2001. I still don't necessarily think of 2001 as classic, but it is over 20 years now. Fantastic Four, Never Far Away. All kinds of stuff. I keep a very messy office. A messy office filled with childish things. West Coast Avengers, with Tigra on the cover. You might have seen Tigra recently in the Chippendale Rescue Rangers movie. Not something that I'm hugely interested in revisiting, but I did watch that cartoon back in the day. Wow. Well, yeah. Okay. Sure. So, power-ups that I have right now would have been set... Oh, are you kidding me? Power-ups that I'm using right now would have been set a while ago. I'm guessing I picked those because of a combination of destructive power and points scoring. I wonder... Can I see my high score somewhere? Show me my high score, you fools. You can change the style. I like this one. What's that called? Pac-Man 256. I think the default is the best one. Classic's fun. The grid's pretty nifty. Everybody did a Tron thing though. Crossy Road is... Well, it's something. Robots. Is this Championship Edition Deluxe or whatever? I think I have that. The Office is sort of amusing. Go-karts, I wonder... That's cool. I like that. I wonder if they considered Rally X. Pac-Mania. Everything's Lego, man. Enough with the Lego. I like Pac-Man 256. The default's the best. I like that detail. If you watch Pac-Man, you can see the count of how many pellets I've picked up. That's pretty cool. And I guess you get, if you get 256, you get a bonus. I thought I had a power up for some reason. I was not paying attention. I forget if this came out for mobile or tablets originally. Maybe it feels like the kind of game that probably could work pretty well in that context, and it's got those weird sort of loot box things. I don't know what that's about. I'm playing on a console. On PS4. I think you can get Pac-Man 256 on pretty much everything. I got it real cheap, which makes me happy. Broke the streak. It's fun to try to keep that streak going with the pellets, but can get you into some trouble. Sometimes you're better off just cutting your losses. Well. That's always fun. Garango? What's the... Shouldn't make a reference if I can't remember what it is. Nope. Was not paying attention. Ran out. Knowing what the ghosts do really helps. I forget what orange does. That follows some kind of track. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I blew it. I like the look. It looks pretty good. Not too simple, but not too overdone either. Intuitive is the word. Very intuitive update. I gather Pac-Man arrangement was it's still arcade, and it was different tracks, which is appealing. I like that kind of idea. Iterating on the Pac-Man formula with more variety in the environment, which is definitely something that, you know, it's an obvious way to improve the first one. Yeah, I'm getting myself in trouble now. Go back. Go back. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, now I'm in real trouble. Get out of the glitch. Run. So we survived that. That's pretty cool. So the kill screen, the glitchy kill screen, which was the ending of the original arcade Pac-Man. I mean, it's pretty well known. You probably know all that. Even if you've never seen Pac-Man yourself, you know. We're all born with that knowledge these days. A genetic sense memory passed from generation to generation. We all know it to be true. That level 256 must end in a kill screen. And so the premise of this game, the kill screen is chewing up everything, and you just gotta keep out of it. And I like that. I like that you can sort of, it can catch up with you. You can dip into it a little, as long as you don't linger too long. You can survive the kill screen. And I'm getting in all kinds of trouble here. Oh no. Hey, we did it. We're alive. I was a little disappointed today to see that Hideo Kojima has a new game coming, and it's going to be Xbox. Sounds like he's cooking up something interesting, as he usually does, and I'm disappointed that I probably won't get my hands on it. I've enjoyed the Sony style in the past. I feel like Kojima's a good fit. That Sony flavor has dissipated over the years. I feel like Death Stranding was the kind of thing that kept that spirit alive a little. So it saddens me to see it potentially corrupted or redirected. Usually I'm not that interested in what's going on the Xbox, so it's not something that occupies my mind all that much. That one might be a stinger. There's the kill screen coming up behind. I'd really like to see PlayStation get their groove back, but I'm just not convinced that's going to happen anytime soon. That's a perspective shaped by the earliest PlayStation in the beginning, and PS2. PS3 is where it starts to fade. And I'm just not sure that it's going to come back. It's still my preferred console usually. I'm not usually all that interested in what's going on Xbox or Switch. Nintendo's kind of, it's got that Disney element. Maybe if you grew up with it, you're in the cult. For me, it's usually not that appealing. I like Breath of the Wild. You can usually count on the classics, sort of, Mario Kart, Mario. I like this game. This is pretty good. But I'm pretty sure this is on everything. I think this game gives us a lot to consider when we wonder who would win in a fight, Pac-Man or others. He has drastically increased his arsenal. I think sometimes I mistake those little orange coins, which are points multipliers. I think I mistake them for the robot power-up sometimes. I guess just because they're orange and they're sort of a similar shape. If you're paying attention, you won't have this problem at all. Okay, this is trouble. Oh, this is trouble. Disappointing. I don't know what I'm doing. So I think this is always just denominations of coins or points, whatever you want to call it. For your upgrades, it's not that exciting really. But I think it's probably the best way to do it. If you were just randomly unlocking these power-ups, I think that would be maybe not as satisfying. It's nice that you have sort of goals and you can just knock those off as you go. This is not a game riddled with microtransactions, at least not in this format. Again, I'm not sure if there was a mobile or tablet version originally. There may have been. I don't know. Nice to get one good run in here before I quit, but I probably will quit soon. Perhaps I will make a note of that high score that I got and try to beat it another day. That's kind of the fun of these games. You can kind of compete with yourself, compete with your friends, compete with whoever you want. I still might come back to Bosconian at some point. Bosconian is a fun game, and I probably didn't do all that well. But it could be fun to try to challenge myself, get a higher score. Why not? And if you're watching in the archive, you can always post your scores and taunt me mercilessly with your high numbers. Or give me some encouragement, say, hey, couldn't top that. I think you can top it. I think you probably got it covered. I like the idea of sort of these kind of high score personal best challenges. Kind of want to do something more with that. Push myself, try to do a little bit better than I do usually in these streams. But I don't know how interesting that kind of thing is for other people. I like the idea of inviting you into my sort of high score challenge. Although I do expect a lot of people are going to put me to shame. I'm a little bit rusty these days. If that kind of thing sounds fun to you, by all means, hit the follow button. Join me in my escapades. And when the time comes, maybe we can, have some fun together in the Twitch community. I kind of want to hit that next threshold. I think I got to get 50 followers for that. Maybe when I hit 50 followers, I might see if I can play one of my all-time favorite games. I'll keep that as a bit of a tasty treat for myself and anyone who might be interested in that kind of thing. It's not a game that's readily available, but I think I've found myself a copy, so that's kind of mildly exciting. Of course, I also thought I had Capcom vs. SNK 2 to look forward to, and that didn't work out. Well, I'm going to call it a night. This has been Pac-Man 256. A very fine update to a classic, simple premise. I think it's pretty darn great. If you agree, tell me what you think in the comments. And if particularly if it's a game that you haven't really given much time yourself, and perhaps if I've managed to introduce you to something, well, let me know that, because I think that's real nice. I'm still in the quagmire of working my way through Subnautica, which is something I'm probably going to get back to sometime soon. I'm still shooting my way through Huntdown, and I want to get back to Elden Ring. It's been a lot longer than I intended. A few things just slowing me down lately. Unfortunately, we did lose someone that was, that meant something to me, that I spent a lot of time with in sort of childhood, those gaming years. So I was pretty sad about that. But we're pretty happy here in the Hellhole. We're having fun. That's what the name of the game is. I'm looking at the screen now and I can see that it does tell me my high score was 13,635. So I did not beat that here tonight, but I had one pretty good run and I'm pretty happy with that. And if I get 2,000 more pack dots, I'll have the electric power up to start upgrading, so that's pretty fun. This is the kind of game where you can drop in every now and then, and it's a lot of fun, so I'll probably come back to it at some point. Maybe I'll try to beat that score that I got on stream, as well as the high score that I've set sometime previously. I got to think 13,000 is not really that high. I'm sure there's some absolute pack masters out there who know the Cruz Elroy lines, the behaviors, the tricks. I don't know how much those tricks apply in 256. I'd be curious how much they've carried over, because I know, I've seen those sort of like those master high score players and speed runs and things like that, where there's certain rest areas and there's transitions in behaviors of the ghosts and things like that. I don't know how much that applies in 256. That'd be interesting to know. If you know that, hey, leave a comment, because I'm probably not going to remember to look something like that up, but that could be interesting to know. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to. I played Fall Guys in the first sort of season. I think I played a bit of season 2, and they're going free to play and cross platform. So I'm thinking about coming back to Fall Guys when that happens in the next week or so. That's a game I found a bit like Death Stranding. It was very intuitive to play. There's a bit of those sort of find your lines and go for a good time. I like that game a lot. I'll probably check that out, and I'm going to come back. Elden Ring's got to be up there. Elden Ring's rough, but I am just constantly being drawn back in. I don't know what it is about that one. We'll talk more about that when we do it. Hey, why don't you hit that follow button? Help me out. I want to get to that big 50. We're on our way. That's on Twitch. Follow on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, there's links to the Twitch in the video info. So come and follow me here as well. And if you're watching on Twitch, hey, go check out the YouTube and subscribe, or whatever they call it. We got conflicting terminology, so I find that very, very vexing. Yeah, shenanigans going on YouTube. The link is in the About section, and if you're looking for this, I don't know, look up Pac-Man, Hellhole. Combine any game I played with Hellhole. Hellhole is one word. You should be able to find the channel. And I don't know if you just want to. Is this ASMR? It's not quite, is it? I don't quite qualify for that, but I'm told that it's a mellow time, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know that I can give you a hootin' and hollering, but I can give you a pleasant experience playing games and just. I don't know, what is the point of all this? I guess the point is just to, I can share things that I like with you, and hopefully, that's a good thing. Propagating games that I think are nice. I love the thought that maybe we can have some sort of, you come along for the ride, and maybe you check out some games that you don't know much about, and maybe I can show you something you don't know. That's pretty nice. I'm going to have to get back to some more of those less obvious games that I quite enjoy. Pac-Man 256. It's probably not the most obvious contemporary title to go with, but, it's still not that obscure. There's a couple of favorite PlayStation games I'd like to get to. I'd like to revisit the ones that I really love and maybe share a bit of that with you, and hopefully not embarrass myself too much. And if you want to be here when those kinds of things happen, you got to hit that follow. We got to get a follower while I'm streaming. I've had some followers offline. I'm sure I'll return. I will find a bit more energy, and we'll have some more fun. I'm not making any kinds of schedules, so I don't know. But it's definitely we're gonna be getting back to Subnautica. We're gonna be getting back to Hunt Down, and eventually back to Elden Ring as well. I want to get through these games, but they take time, and I'm going through at my own pace. If you want to see where I'm at in any of those games, you can find that in the YouTube archive. It's all there, warts and all, good and bad, the complete package. And this one will be there real soon as well, because I'm trying to keep a regular schedule. Smash that follow, smash that subscribe, and just, I don't know, reach out to somebody and tell them that they matter to you, and I don't know, just have a good time. Have a good time and value the things around you, and hey, find something you enjoy. Embrace it, do it, and maybe share it. Tell the world. Tell me what you like. I don't know. It's another meandering conclusion for the Hellhole. I'm not doing any dance routines to finish. I'm just going to stumble, words spilling into a conclusion. This has been Pac-Man 256. This is the 256 kill screen. I will return. Godspeed, Spider-Man. Watch out for the spot. It's a man covered in spots. Every spot is an interdimensional doorway. We'll talk more about it another time. Adios, amigos.